Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rams. Today we are going to discuss about vectors. So we have to start from the basics. So in order to discuss this, let us discuss about a physical quantity. Let us discuss about a physical quantity. What is a physical quantity? Physical quantity is nothing but a quantity which can be measured is known as a physical quantity. This physical quantity is classified into two types. The first one is a scalar and the second one is vector. Scalar and vector. So here come to the case of this scalar. Scalar quantity is considered then and we have to consider the specific unit of that quantity. Specific unit of that quantity. And next number of times the unit has been repeated in the quantity. The unit has been repeated in the quantity. So let us give an example regarding this. Let us consider a body weighs 500 kg. A body weighs 500 kg. Here kg represents a specific unit of that quantity and 500 represents the number of times the unit has been repeated in this quantity. Now here we are going to discuss about vector quantity. Come to the case of this vector quantity. When we consider a vector quantity, we have to represent the specific unit of that quantity. Specific unit of that quantity. Number of times the unit is repeated the number of times the unit has been repeated in that quantity as well as the specific orientation of the quantity. Specific orientation of that quantity. So that represents vector. So here observe that in the case of a scalar, here where we had considered specific unit of that quantity as well as the number of times the unit has been repeated in that, whereas in the case of vector we consider specific unit of that quantity, number of times the unit has been repeated in the quantity as well as specific orientation of that quantity. Based on that, now we are going to define scalar quantity and vector quantity. Now come to the case of this scalar quantity. Scalar quantity is nothing but a quantity which has only magnitude but not direction. Means the scalar quantity possesses only magnitude. It possesses only magnitude. So here the best example for this scalar quantity is fundamental quantities. All the fundamental quantities are scalar quantities. Whereas coming to the case of this vector quantity is nothing but which has a magnitude as well as a direction. Then it represents a vector quantity. It represents a vector quantity. So here the best example for vector quantities are force, velocity, acceleration. In this way, we can give a lot of examples for vector quantities, whereas the examples for scalar are all the fundamental quantities, just like mass, length, time, etc. are also considered as scalar quantities. Take a screenshot. We will continue with the next topic. Now we are going to discuss about types of vectors. Come to the case of these types of vectors, there are different types of vectors. First of all, we are going to learn about polar vectors. Here, if we consider any vector just like force or momentum or acceleration, and if we define this vector, okay, now we are going to discuss about types of vectors. Come to the case of these types of vectors, there are different types of vectors. The first vector is a polar vector. So here let us consider an example just like force or momentum or acceleration. Here if we consider, observe the definition, the vector whose direction does not change even though the coordinate system in which it is defined changes. Means if the force is being defined based on some coordinate system, if the coordinate system changes but the force will not change, that represents polar vectors. If we consider the momentum is being represented based on a particular coordinate system. Based on some coordinate system, we are going to define this angular velocity, torque or angular momentum. As this coordinate system changes, with respect to coordinate system, this axial vector will change. And the next one is like vector. Come to the case of this like vectors. Here observe that if they are parallel to each other, however their magnitudes are different. Means as the magnitude may be different from one vector to another vector, but they should be act along the same direction, then we can represent them as a parallel vectors. Observe that here we have three vectors, A bar and B bar as well as a C bar. These three vectors are parallel to one another, whereas observe that their magnitudes are different. Then we can call them as like vectors. Like vectors. Here come to the case of this unlike vector. Observe the definition. If they act in opposite direction, however their magnitudes are different. Means here whatever says the direction of these two vectors are in opposite. Observe this, they are moving in opposite direction, whereas their magnitudes are also different. Such type of vectors are known as unlike vectors. Take a screenshot. We will continue with the next definition. Now we are going to see some more definitions regarding the vectors. The first definition is negative vector. So here what is a negative vector means? Observe the definition, a vector having same magnitude but opposite in direction. Means here let us observe these two vectors. Observe that here we had considered a vector A bar as well as vector A bar. Observe that whereas these two vectors direction is different, then we can represent that the vector is a negative vector. Means if we change the direction of a vector, then we can represent it as a negative vector. Next vector is coinitial vectors. Means here observe the definition, the vectors having same initial point. If the vectors are having same initial point, then we can represent them as coinitial vectors. Observe that let us consider the origin at this position, and here we had considered four vectors, and these four vectors are starting from the origin. Then we can consider this origin as a coinitial vector. Means they are having same starting point. These four vectors are having the same starting point. And the next definition is collinear vectors. Observe that if we consider two or more vectors and they are said to be collinear when they act along the same line. If they are acting along the same line, then we can represent them as collinear vectors. Whether their magnitudes may be same or different, then we can represent them as collinear vectors. So here observe that we had considered two vectors, A bar and B bar, whose magnitudes are different. Whereas observe that they are acting along the same line. Then we can represent them as collinear vectors. Either their direction might be different, but still they are acting along the same line. Then we can also represent them as collinear vectors. Next one is coplanar vectors. So in order to represent these coplanar vectors, we consider a plane. Observe this, the plane is being represented between x and y axis. Observe here we had considered three vectors. They are along the same plane. Then we can represent them as coplanar vectors. A bar is acting along this direction and B bar is acting along this direction and C bar is acting along this direction. Means these three vectors are acting in different directions, but still they are along the same plane. That's why they are called as coplanar vectors. Take a screenshot. we will continue with the next definitions. Now we are going to see some more definitions. Observe the first one is unit vector. Here, as you observe this definition, a vector whose magnitude is equal to 1 and used to specify a convenient direction is known as a unit vector. Here, the unit vector magnitude is equals to 1. The magnitude of unit vector is equals to 1, and this unit vector is represented based on the direction. So, if we consider a vector a bar equals to xi plus yj plus zk, and here the magnitude of vector is represented as under root of x square plus y square plus z square. So, here we had represented a vector and we had represented the magnitude. If we divide this vector with this magnitude, then we will get a unit vector. Then the unit vector is represented as a bar cap equals to xi plus yj plus zk by root of x square plus y square plus z square. It represents a unit vector. Whereas the next definition is null vector, a vector whose magnitude is equals to 0. The magnitude of this vector is equals to 0. As the magnitude of vector is equals to 0, its direction is indeterminate. We cannot specify the direction of this vector. Either it might be in this direction or in this direction or in this direction. It might be in any direction. So, instead of representing, we just say that the direction is indeterminate. It might be in any direction. Example, velocity of a particle at a rest position. As you observe the particle at rest position, the velocity can be in any specific direction. That represents null vector. Take a screenshot. We will continue. Now we are going to discuss about multiplication of vector by real numbers. So here let us consider a vector a bar. If this vector is being multiplied by a real number, just like a 2, let us consider that this vector is being multiplied by 2. Then here what happens is its magnitude changes. Observe that the magnitude of this vector has been changed, whereas the direction is not changed. Means magnitude changes when we multiply a vector by a real number. Next one is, now we are going to represent the angle between two vectors. So here observe that let us consider two vectors a bar and b bar, and here the angle between a bar and b bar, two vectors, is theta. Then if we multiply this vector b bar with a real number, then the angle between a bar and kb bar is also theta. As the magnitude changes, the angle between the two vectors will not change in this case. Suppose if we consider the angle between a bar and b bar, between these two vectors is theta, now we are going to multiply a real number which is acting in the opposite direction. We are going to multiply it with minus k. Then the angle between a bar and minus kb bar is 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta. Suppose if we consider two collinear vectors and they are acting or they are moving along the same direction, then the angle between these two vectors is 0. If the two vectors are in opposite direction, then the angle between these two vectors is 180 degrees. So in this way we can represent the angle between the two vectors. So I hope that you had enjoyed this video. If you have any doubts, please ping me in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and share this video to your friends. Thank you.